Greetings, my children of the night, and welcome to the Halloween livestream of Amnesia The Dark Descent. Okay, I'm not going to talk like that throughout the entire stream, but yeah, greetings, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day one of Amnesia The Dark Descent for the PlayStation 4 as played through the Amnesia collection. Now I was going to play this, start playing this last week after being crash free, but I completely forgot. So and I was going to stream. I was going to do this on, and then decided that I was going to do this on Saturday last week, but Super Mario Odyssey kind of got on the way, which is so amazing. And again, I've got yesterday, but today I figured I'd do it today because it is Halloween, and I figured this would be the appropriate day of streaming this game, and also I'm also excited to tell you that after doing some research that the PS4 version does run at 60 frames per second, so I'll be streaming this in 60 frames per second. So without any further ado, let's start a new game and see if this is as good as everyone says it is. And let me know down in the live chat for question of the day. What's your favorite Halloween tradition?
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Hello, Daniel. Now, from what I've been told, this is going to be quite scary. And also, this is also the game that made Markiplier famous. So I'm eager to see how this game is. Oh, and Jake Kenner has returned once again. How's it going, Jake? I was wondering where you went, where you were when I was streaming Crash Bandicoot 3, but yeah, I hope you're having a happy and safe Halloween. And today I'm trying out for the very first time ever Amnesia The Dark Descent. Assuming that there's a lantern nearby, or kind of. Oh, I'm actually not going to say. There are some stuff going on in the social life, and well, yep, happy Halloween. Oh, okay. As long as you're okay. was making progress. Inside the live stream, shit was already happening at that time. Oh, okay, that's no problem. Already. Let's see, interact. I can already see that. God, the nostalgia of watching Amnesia reminds me of the PewDiePie era when he wasn't so overrated and an extreme horror game player. But in before PewDiePie messed up by spewing a racial slur towards the Jewish. And this is also the game where Markiplier got famous, which in my personal opinion, I actually prefer Markiplier over PewDiePie. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to find some kind of. I'm still getting used to the controls here. Oh wait. Oh, whoa. Okay, I heard footsteps. Oh, footsteps aren't mine. Whoa. What's going on? Whoa. Oh, hey. Do you watch reaction time? Can't say I've heard of that. Is that like a YouTube gaming channel? Because I can't say I've heard of reaction time. Probably messing up already. Ah, what the? Who are you signing? In the darkness before then. Turn on light. Well, would if I... Ah, okay. Okay, so far, in this, I can see that this game mostly, that's actually more, that scare factor relies in the immersion rather than having a bunch of jump scares happening all at once. No, it's a guy called Tal who makes reaction videos. Oh, okay. I've never heard of him, but I'll probably give him a watch later on. Well, assuming my odds just get delayed. Okay. Give him light. Honestly, you're the only gaming channel I watch. My wrestling friends started doing gaming, and yeah, I lost interest in gaming basically. Oh, alright. Let's go. Because I know one person who actually it's good to know that I have at least one person who actually comes by to my live streams and actually watch. Sticks around because literally like every time when I post on like Facebook or Twitter that I'm streaming, most of my friends barely notice that or actually come to my streams, which I keep telling them that if they're busy they could just let us know, but they most of the time don't listen. But it's good. It's good to hear that you actually take interest in my live streams and earthquake. Oh wait, I got what? For the back, I was originally going to stream this on Monday last week, but I'd completely forgotten. And I was going to stream, ended up going to do it on Saturday, but I forgot again because I recently got Super Mario Odyssey, and that's been taking up most of my time.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Oh, okay, so... Hopefully, talking to my previous self. Oh, that's me back. Jesus! Usually your streams that include me, like wrestling podcasts. Yeah, there they are. Mostly because you're the only one who actually takes the time to actually come to my streams and actually talk to us, because most of the time whenever I stream, not many people speak to us, let alone actually come to my streams. So yeah, it's really cool that there was someone actually
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brandenburg.
I won't always be able to join your streams, as you know, I'm taking theatre course and schedules get strict every year. Oh, alright, that's cool. it's like I said before. If anyone's not able to make it to my streams, they just let us know in advance. And I can understand at this time of year, where school and college projects are projects and exams are coming up, and obviously those obviously have to be taken into account and actually be the main focus at this time. But yeah, it's totally cool. What the hell was that? Okay. That did not sound good, so I'm just gonna go ahead and in the next play that me and the group will release, I'm gonna have the role of the devil, and it's hard not to let the character talk, not take over. Okay, cool.
There should be more coop rack.
This is my first attempt to produce artificial virtue. The former compounds lacked in the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and the culprit binds them well. This time I will attempt Aqua Regia instead of Aqua Fortis in hopes that they'll produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and improves impractical to put it any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Okay, so
Let me see. And one part Aqua Fortis.
Take over mine. Sometimes I lose myself. Alright, I'll just try to save. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the wine cellar. Probably should have conserved some conserve my lantern oil. okay. Fall damage from a not so far height. Makes perfect sense. For the course of the day, I found Halloween tradition is laying in bed and watching the scariest shit ever. Alright, so basically, like, the horror movies that are actually good, because I'm in no way a horror movie fan, because most horror movies nowadays tend to suck, because most of them just follow the same old formula and just rely way too heavily on jump scares, and jump scares aren't scary. They're just a cheap way of trying to get people to, in order to scare people. I'm gonna watch Scream. You know, the Billy Lynn who, yeah, I've seen Scream. Pretty good movie. I've seen the first three, but I've not seen 4 or 5, but I've heard, from what I've heard, those were pretty shit, and I've not heard a single good thing about the Netflix series. So oddly enough, I actually watched its spoof Scary Movie before I actually saw the first. Is there a? I actually saw Scary Movie first before I actually saw Scream. This was back when scary movies were actually still funny. These days, horror movies are just full of sluts and hoes talking about their boyfriends. The lights go out and they become pussies. That's horror movies these days. Yeah, that is so true. Horror movies nowadays are exactly just that. Because horror movies nowadays follow the same, follow the basic formula. You've got 1 or 2 hot chicks, the asshole jock, the nerdy guy, and the obligatory black guy that'll almost more likely be the one. Will almost be the first one to die, because the horror movies nowadays are just completely racist. And of course, the vast amounts of very cheap jump scares to scare the audience, but as I said before, jump scares are not scary. They're just a cheap tactic to scare the audience. I'm not going that way. I can't take those sassy asses seriously. Oh my God, Veronica, you have no idea. Josh is so hot. Oh my God, I'm sure you suck his dick all day. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what horror movies are. Meanwhile, Vince and Roman. Oh God! No! Ah, mental image! Oh. Well, since you actually mentioned wrestlers there, I actually remember years ago, I actually watched See No Evil, starring Kane, and oh my God, that movie was shit. Like that movie was not scary at all. It had every single horror movie cliche. And I absolutely hate it. It's easily. It is still to this day one of the worst movies that WWE Studios has produced. And this is coming from someone who sat through Scooby-Doo, WrestleMania Mystery, and the fun shows in WWE Story SmackDown. Oh my God, the badass Attitude Era is back. Yeah, I still need to watch this week's SmackDown, but I did watch TLC. And it was okay. Survivor Series should be decent, though. In regards to the match between Lesnar and Mahal, not SmackDown, man.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought, and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the
because,
Professor is keeping from me, the
because
dig should
Lesnar
yield something interesting
hasn't
to
exactly
take
had
back
the
to
best
London
track record
and
at
the
Survivor
British
Series,
Museum.
because just about every match he's had at Survivor Series, he's lost. So you can just imagine if Mahal actually beat Lesnar. I mean, granted, neither title is on the line, which I really hope Lesnar drops the title soon because that because he does not need to be champ at all because Lesnar only defends his title at certain events. Yet if there was any other superstar, they would have to make sure that they defend the title on a monthly basis, but or more regularly rather. But otherwise, he gets the title. But since it's Lesnar, well, yeah. Oh, and Roman missed at TLC, so Cody Rhodes and Ring of Honor roasted him with steroid insults. I was not okay. I did not know about that, but I knew about. I know the reason why Roman couldn't compete was because of viral illness, which was the reason why Bray Wyatt wasn't able to compete. But at least we got a really good match between AJ Styles and Finn Balor, which I can also say was probably the best match of that event. I was thinking of Jinder as a champion. It's good they're pushing new talent, but Jinder just isn't the man. Yeah, true. I've kind of wished that Shinsuke Nakamura was the one that beat Mahal for the. For the
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Did you give either Kevin Owens or AJ Styles the title? Oh yeah, totally. I'll definitely more gear towards AJ Styles. But then again, either him or KO would be. I would be perfect for the for champion, and I just wasted lantern oil. For some reason, that monologue reminded me of the Raven from Edgar Allan Poe. Well, then again, I think this game is set in what I believe to be Victorian London. I think. Wandering around. Okay.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
The Raven is my favorite English poem, by the way. Okay. Okay, it's here in type of poetry. I can see why people like this game, but at the same time, what the? Okay, I'll admit that kind of made me jump a little bit. I do get why people like this game.
May,
Back, it's dinner time.
1839.
Okay.
After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Wandering around. Hi, X-Gamer X567. Welcome to the stream. I'm just playing Amnesia The Dark Descent for the first time. I'm still trying to get used to trying to get used to what things to know what to do in this. Can you speak louder? You're super quiet. I'm trying to talk as loud as I can. It's just that this game doesn't seem to have doesn't seem to have an audio option to turn the in-game audio lower. But I was saying, this is my first time playing Amnesia The Dark Descent. But I'm just trying to it seems to be aimlessly wandering around to try and figure out what it is I need to do. Also, I've never actually played the original PC version, as I'm not much of a you need help? Yeah, sure. Please, that would be much appreciated. Because because any help would be much appreciated. Because this seems to be throw a chair at the hole in the wall. Oh, okay. There we go. Thanks.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Now, here's a puzzle. I need to go down a certain way. Want your help too? Yes, please. There are 3 books. The, the books are white and you must pull them out in time. Oh, okay, so... I'll think I memorize the locations. Okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for listening, my friends. Now, what's the key to the cell? Well, how many schools have been able to my research long enough without absent-minded handling of the human vessels? The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It is just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve, whatever comes first. They can rot for all I care. Maybe I'll feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both my problems. Alright, so... now perhaps I get into wine cellar, which I do remember where it is. I'll read this in my head, and if anyone else wants to read this, you can and if you actually want to read this, you can watch the archived version of this when it goes up. Alright. Oh. I think I've got a rough idea of what. What the fuck? Wait. I just, okay. Comments about that, I can see where they meant by this game, gets its scare factor from, is that it's immersion and an atmosphere that that uh, that strikes fear into the gamer, rather than using cheap jump scares. I mean, it is pretty good so far. So. Noises. I mean, at least I picked an appropriate game for this time of year. Offer my full intention on services Alexander, Baron of Barenberg. Was a comfortable then. Again, I'm just going to read the rest of my head, and if you want to read it for yourselves, with the archive version there. Go on. Goddamn spam. What the hell? What the hell?
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Alright, what's all on?
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Except we're not getting out of here alive.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
there's not really much else I can talk about. Um, um, I mean, it is a good game, but it kind of requires you to do a lot of uh, reading of notes to actually know the plot of the game, and it does require a lot of like exploration to do just that, and 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 I think that's more geared towards gaming channels like uh, YouTube gamers such as Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and whatnot. Uh, will I continue this in the next stream? I don't know. I mean, it is a good game, but it's not. But I don't know if it's one that I'll continue on or play often. I mean, I might play more of this off, like like off stream, like like uh, uh, outside of YouTube, uh, but, I'll wait and see. But what I'll do is soon I'll try and put up a poll on Twitter to, to determine what game what game I stream next. Um, I'll probably try and have the poll up either later tonight or or tomorrow at the latest. Which, if you want to find, which for those who haven't followed me on Twitter, you can find me on Twitter at Animegod500. And for those who came by the stream tonight, thank you guys for watching, and special thanks to XGamerX5677 for helping us out. I very much appreciate that. That was really cool, you man, or girl. I'm not trying to assume your gender. But that was really cool of you to come around and watch us, and by all means, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and as well as click on the bell to be notified on future streams and any videos I put up, and I'll live stream again, hopefully on Saturday at the usual time of 7 p.m. British Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully by then I'll decide what game I do a live stream next, because I doubt I'll be streaming more of this anytime soon. So, but either way, thank you guys for watching. And I hope hope you're all having a very happy and safe Halloween. And I'll see you all in the next stream. Good night, my children of the night. Yeah, I'll go now.